I took a photography class over summer camp when I was like in 6th grade. And I was like, this is cool. I like this a lot. 2 Christmases ago, bought my own camera for myself, and just wherever I go, I just shoot as much as I can.
I took a couple classes of photography in high school, but my grandpa gave me a camera when I was like 4, and I've had cameras my whole life. I just kind of walk around with cameras, done a lot of video, photography, just like taking pictures.
I've never taken a photography class. I got my camera first when I was in 7th or 8th grade. I've had a couple since then.
I started taking pictures when I was in 6th grade. There was a little contest at my school, and my dad used to be a photographer, so he gave me all of his old camera equipment, and I started taking pictures from there.
I take pictures to capture a moment.
To document the experience.
I like to take pictures with people in them because then it reminds me who was with me at that particular place.
And I also take pictures for friends and family specifically, so that when I get back I can try and show them where I was and what I did.
To show other people like as much as you can.
When I came home from this trip, my roommates were all so excited, like, what happened? Like, show me your pictures, and they don't even do it justice. But I think that they're an aid, and I think that they're necessary.
I like to capture the moment and like the emotion.
I'm definitely looking to capture as much excitement and as much fun as I've had in whatever place that I was.
Candid shots of people with just real emotions that you can see in the picture. And I really like this trip and the opportunity that we had to show a message and like transport that message from Brazil back to the United States. When I gave the camera to the kids, I got like a million shots. Like, they love taking pictures of each other just as like an act of kind of being like us.
Really interesting to see see it through their eyes and see it through like how they saw the capoeiras, because they were so much bigger and they jumped so much higher. And so it was really interesting to see what the pictures looked like when I gave it to them.
I think the best result was when the kids had the camera, because they were a part of the culture and they were able to just kind of shoot away at whatever was happening.
They always had almost more real smiles in the pictures that they took.
Just the perfect captured moment. And it was perfect because it wasn't planned. We just captured the best like emotions of that moment.
There was a shot, there was one of the guys that we worked with, Sejwan, was working, and he had his tools out and he was like hammering something, and I was like, oh, it'd be such a cool shot if I was like right behind his head and got like his ear and some of his shoulder, and then I could see his hand hammering, and I went right up behind him, and he turned around and just like got really startled, which wasn't that big of a deal, except he was kind of close to the edge of the roof, so I didn't really like think that one out too much.
I have very few pictures from like the first week, and I have very few is because so many people had their cameras out, and so many people, I just felt like bombarded, you know, the situation with pictures, and so I just didn't, because I felt that, you know, maybe the people were taking pictures of, maybe they like it, but we don't know.
And I saw a couple really great pictures of these people sitting on their doorsteps. I didn't know them, and there was a lot of them. It seemed invasive, and I didn't want to take advantage of, you know, the situation.
Well, again, if you're not part of that culture, it's like hard because you're automatically an outsider. But going to the same spot, creating some kind of connection there and trying to experience their culture and break down that barrier that you had coming from like a foreign place. So that really helped.
So you kind of have to build a repertoire with them first, and once you've kind of made that connection with them, then you're able to get a shot that will show more truth and emotion than otherwise would be.
I definitely feel that there are times where it's not beneficial to take pictures, especially on an experience like we had in Brazil, where we were working with people every day and building relationships with people in the community. There's definitely times where you just need to like take a step back and just kind of soak in the experience.
As many times as I do have my camera, it almost creates sort of a barrier, because I'm trying to take pictures, and that kind of doesn't allow me to connect with them in a way that I could without it.
And it was harder being like an outsider, trying to immerse yourself in that culture while trying to like document it instead of just being in that moment taking photos.
Taking pictures can definitely take away from an experience, because when you take a picture, you're putting something in between you and your experience by having a camera. But it also heightens the experience, because when you get back, there's so much that has happened in the past month that you forget some of the things that have happened. So having a camera and being able to bring something back really allows you to remember some of the things that happened and get more out of it. So it's kind of a catch-22, whereas you don't want to have it too much while you're there, but it's so great to have the things that you took when you get back.